Morning, friends. Just thought I'd start with a different view. This is my driveway bed that I have not really done anything with because I'm not sure what's going to happen as the construction starts moving forward. We just got word that the city approved the plans and the digging is supposed to start next week. So the digging will be happening in this area straight ahead along the side of the house there. They're going to dig down to put in the new side of the basement and where the boys' rooms are going to be. And yeah, then the building can commence on top eventually. So things should finally start happening next week. Anyway, wanted to catch you up with this side of my yard. I still have not cut back this rose. This is the Zephyrin Drouin. It's so big. This rose is only like, well, it's been in my garden for like 2 years. I don't know how old it was when I purchased it because I feel like it went from maybe a foot tall to, you know, however tall it is now, very quickly. The hydrangeas are leafing out. Evergreens, some of them are looking damaged, especially that one down there. I can't remember if I showed you this or if this is one of the videos that got deleted by accident, but this, pretty sure that a deer killed this by eating on it, rubbing on it. I'm not really sure what happened there. Also looks like my Pierce japonica didn't make it. Both of them looking pretty dead. So those are going to end up getting pulled out. I haven't done a lot in this area of my yard, honestly, because again, it's next to the area where the construction is going to start. So I'm not trying to really fix it up. More than likely, what I'm going to be doing is moving quite a bit of the plants out of this area just to protect them. Over at my work garden, I'm going to be putting in some of these hydrangeas that are down here. I'm going to transplant them over to my work garden because I want to contribute something. And they're buying a ton of plants for the work garden. Don't feel like I'm doing it, but I did decide since those hydrangeas need to get moved anyway, I'm going to contribute some to my work. And then this garden here, my shade garden, I still haven't gotten all the leaves out of it. I did transplant the penstemon that were back along that wall, and I'm planning, I should do it now while it's wet. We just got a torrential rain yesterday, and we're supposed to get more rain, I think tomorrow. But I should dig up that Aurelia Sun King. I wanted to break it into probably like 3 clumps and put it along the back there. So we'll see if I get to that here soon. And other than that, hostas are coming up and starting to look pretty. Once I rake out the leaves and put down some mulch, this bed will clean up real quick. But let's go back to my favorite part of the yard, this Harris garden. The peonies are bushing out, just huge. It's always shocking how quickly they grow once they pop out of the ground. So we got 2 big peonies. I believe this one over here is is it Sarah Bernhardt? I want to say is a pink one. And then this one is a white one, Duchess de Nemours or something like that. These middle terraces right here, just a reminder, I have a rose bush on each one. They're both yellow. And then just kind of some various things like iris and geranium planted around it. I really need to work on those 2 beds. This bed here and this one here are where my 4 o'clocks were last year. I see I have a random hollyhock growing up here. Pretty sure that's what that is. And I don't know where that came from. I'm debating on whether I want to leave it for the year. And then I have these stumps over here that I was not able to get cut down with my chainsaw last year. The 4 o'clocks grew up taller than that wood, so I just left it and figured I'll deal with it eventually. But moving on. Since we had so much rain yesterday, and I do mean torrential, like it flooded Not my street because I live on quite a big hill, but certain parts of Omaha were badly flooded. Anyway, because I got so much rain and we're getting more rain tomorrow, I was able to pop over to Ace Hardware and pick up some plants. So I did get some new things planted. I put in some purple prince. If you remember, last year I had purple prince down on that end. It was underneath my hibiscus, and I loved it so much that I decided to copy it on this side. So this year we're going to also have purple prince right below the hibiscus. And then another reminder in the back there, in that back corner, I have oregano planted. Looks like we've got some alliums along that back wall. This clump here is yarrow. This is my artemisia. I see my black-eyed Susans coming up back there. This is all salvia. These, I believe, are all like a purple. Cactuses are looking really good, all growing little babies. And then this is my rainbow ascot euphorbia. Last year I had 2 clumps that were side by side, and I didn't like it, and so I was hoping I would be able to divide them, and I was. I got 3 clumps now, and I kind of put them in a little arc, so it's not just a side by side. But those add a really nice kind of a chartreusey green color once they get going. In the middle here is my cactuses and sedums area, kind of what I consider like my rock garden area. I try to put low growing things here, with the exception of like I have a couple pretty I guess they're Asiatic lilies. They're like a pink. They're really pretty. And then I've got an arc of grass back there, and then behind that is the Stachycumulo, which is a type of lamb's ear that gets a tall purpley pink head, the flower. So I have a whitish yellow rose over here and the same one down on that side, and for some reason the deer don't seem to bother those. Maybe it's in my head, but I've been getting those blooms and they don't seem to eat them, so I'm debating on if I should leave those here in the terrace once I have my fenced area back or not. I'll make that decision down the road, but they do add just kind of a nice little different feature of that whitish rose. And I don't have a lot of white in my garden. Every year I say I need to add more white, and I never think of doing it. Oh, I did though. Where are they? There they are. Behind the grass right there, I transplanted 2 Gaura plants, and they're white. So side by side, they'll be white Gauras. And then over here somewhere, this might be it, I transplanted a pink Gaura, really hoping that that comes back, if that's it. I'm not sure. It's in here somewhere because I wanted it to be next to that pink salvia, which is next to the pink yarrow. And it's so pretty in this area. I also get some pink dianthus, and like I said, this is like a pink lily. And I really like how all of those things look together. So those alliums are looking really pretty. I was at Ace Hardware and they had these hardy mums, so they should be perennial, and they were only $1.99. So I grabbed some of those. I like mums, but I don't necessarily like them at the time of year that you see them blooming. And people are always like, you got to pinch them back, until it's August or something. I don't care. I just want them to come back every year. So I decided, since they were only $1.99, I was going to go ahead and try it and see how those turn out. Those yellow flowers up there, I have the tag in the car and I'll get it. I just got those at Ace Hardware also, and also those purple ones right in front of them. These are both types of flowers that I haven't grown before, but I thought this side needs more color, because over here I have all of this purple salvia, and then all my purple iris are starting to open. Well, they're going to be opening any moment. I do have one over there I see opening. So anyway, I have a lot more color here on the left than I did on that side. So I wanted to add something colorful on that side. Last time I was here, If you saw my last video, I added these Scabiosa pink ocean flowers. And then again over here I planted the purple prince again. And they're right next to the dead stems of the ones from last year, which I know that these are an annual. I just left them just in case that they might come back from the ground. So if they don't, they don't. They'll be covered up here shortly by the new purple prince. And then there's, again, my hibiscus, hardy hibiscus coming back from the ground there. And very soon these leaves will cover up that little bit of dead branch that I left. And again, in the corner over there, I have the oregano planted. If my oregano that's in this corner that was transplanted, if that doesn't take off here shortly, I'm going to take this additional oregano that I have here, and I'll split that up and add some over there and some over there, because it's really important to me this year to have that oregano in each corner. All right, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to just walk around slowly and get a look, see if anything else occurs that I want to talk about. Starting to see a lot of weeds. It's crazy, we're just getting rain. Oh, I forgot to cut that grass back. I still need to do that because I'm sure the green is already starting to come up from below. But since it just rained, we have like a bunch of leaves now that are just, you know, stuff like that. And then I need to go through here and start pulling out all this grass and then re-mulch the area. But it won't be long now before things start looking really pretty. I've been thinking a lot about my work garden because I'm waiting for the mulch delivery and then I'm going to start planting up there, but I want to do things like take quite a bit of my iris out of here because it needs to be thinned down anyway. But I can take quite a bit of that and start a whole iris bed at work that'll be really pretty. I'm just starting to think of my plants as like stock that I can draw from by doing divisions and moving it around and stuff so that, you know, we don't necessarily have to spend money to get more plants. Man, those salvia are pretty. I'm really glad that I bought those on discount last year. They looked terrible. I planted them in like late summer and they never did look good the whole rest of that year. But this year, oh man, they look really good. So that's exciting. And I have a lot of baby coneflower popping up in through there. So this upper terrace should be much more colorful and full this year, and not just with weeds, but like with actual pretty things. And I see a lot of the anemone flowers that I planted coming up through that second terrace. So that's looking pretty too. All right, well, that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to stop by and see what things were looking like after this rain. And then, like I said, it gives me an opportunity to plant stuff since I can't water over here. But when the ground is saturated, then I can expect more rain in the next couple of days. I know it'll be fine. Plus, temps are cool. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.